Science used to say that your brain is hardwired. Like the way that your constitution is set up, the way that your genetics are set up, the way that your body and your being are set up. What you see is what you get. That's the way you're going to live your life. That's the way you're going to experience your life. That determines your health. That determines your IQ. That determines your ability to have emotions and relate, all of it. But what we know now is that science has shown your brain has the ability to change. Your DNA has the ability to change. You can turn on certain genes that were dormant. You can turn off certain genes that were active. You can change all of it. And what this has to do with is how you develop your perception. So I'm standing out here in my yard, and the things that my brain sees and perceives are going to be completely dependent on what I've trained my brain to pay attention to. Your brain is processing 400 billion bits of information per second. And we're only typically perceiving 200,000 of them, like a minuscule part of them that we are consciously aware of. So if you look at the way the light is coming through the trees, the color of the leaves, or the way that the birds are chirping, and you're experiencing a scene like this, you're hearing, you're feeling, you're sensing, all of this information exists. But if I've attuned my brain to pay attention to it, I'm going to see everything completely different. I'm going to receive those 400 billion bits of information in a completely different way. So this sort of explains that premise that like the world that you desire is right here in front of you, but your ability to perceive it determines what you experience. So how do you entrain your brain to pick up the parts of information that you want? The beautiful, healthy, vibrant life, the awesome relationships, the joyful connections, friendships, money, wealth, all of the things that would make you come alive. And it's very specific to you. You've got to train your brain. So one of the basic premises of this is practicing using your imagination, your most valuable mental faculty. It'll actually rewire the way the neurons are connected in your brain and the way the information that already exists in the world gets delivered to you, to your conscious awareness. So if you were to take even just 1 minute a day and visualize, imagine for yourself, what is your perfect day? What is your awesome ideal life? What does it look like? What does it feel like? You establish patterns in your brain, and they've actually done scans to look at your brain, and you'll actually develop new patterns, whether you have actually experienced and practiced something or you've just imagined it. The exact same patterns in your brain. So take 1 minute, 1 minute a day to imagine your ideal self, to imagine your ideal life. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Who do you get to spend your time with? What would it feel like to be in your body, young and fit and agile? What would you get to be doing? Your body doesn't know. Your brain doesn't know the difference between the real and the imagined. So practice this. It will change your perception. It will change your brain, rewiring you to pick up new information and literally create an entirely new life. They've seen that in just 12 weeks. With 1 minute a day, you can show some morphologic changes in your brain structure. So start using your time a little differently, playing around with this. In my #1 best-selling book, The Mind Body Toolkit, all of the tools in there are ways to play with this, ways to practice, ways to entrain your brain, to create new chemistry in your body, and change your perceptual reality to change your life. Sending you all of my love for living your most vibrant life. This is Dr. Kim D'Eramo from drkimd.com.